Hello.
Where are you?
I mean,
where are we?
I feel like I'm in an enchanted forest.
I know, it's so
and this
cute.
is stunning.
You've actually mentioned this place on the podcast
before. This is why. So we're obviously doing a guest episode today, but I hope that people know that when we have guests, it's not just like, who's for it? Like, if we genuinely like the person and the place, we're up for it. So I have spoken about this place before. Good things. Do you imagine if I'd slated and then we're like, do you want to come on the podcast? So I think we just go straight into it.
Yeah, let's roll the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and welcome
The Unfiltered Bride Podcast. Tips from the top table and beyond.
so you know it's going to be juicy.
Today's episode is sponsored by our besties at the Post Barn. If you're looking for a wedding venue, then you need to check them out.
They are situated in Newbury, which is less than an hour from London. It's a purpose-built modern barn with accommodation on site.
As I'm sure you will have heard from our previous episode, the team are really second to none, and I can personally vouch for the food and their dedication to the couples.
We've chatted to Daisy really nicely, and she's told us if you quote unfiltered, you'll get £250 off your venue hire or package price.
And that £250 can go towards getting Beth and I at the venue because we love working there.
So go check them out at the Post Barn, Berkshire.
So we are at the most gorgeous venue, less than an hour from London. They do the most stunning weddings here. You're situated in the middle of like a golf course. It feels like we're close to London, but we feel like we're in the middle of, I don't know. Countryside, just picturesque beauty. And we've got somebody from the venue who has had over 20 years experience in this industry. So we feel like if there's anyone that can talk to us about it, it is her. So we are at the Post Barn and we have the venue director, Daisy. Hiya.
Can we just say Daisy Boo Bradley?
Sorry. We were talking about, we got into not taking surnames. So I feel like we just straight there. You didn't take your husband's surname, did you?
I didn't. No, professionally I didn't. Personally, we double-barreled.
Have
we went for a big, long 17-character name.
Nice.
So if any of you guys thought Georgie was stubborn, you found that Daisy.
Yeah, he wouldn't take mine, I wouldn't take his, so we had to compromise.
How did that first conversation, did you know that before he proposed?
Yeah, 100%.
Fine, okay.
100%. My career is built on my name. I'm proud of my family name. I love my dad. I love my family. I didn't want to give up.
Fine.
So let's talk about your career then.
Yeah, who are you? Why do you get to be on this podcast? Give us
Daisy,
the spiel.
who are you?
Well, I have been in weddings now for over 15 years. I've been in hospitality since I was 14. I've done everything. I've done concerts, festivals, filming, corporates, but weddings are my baby. Like, I love love. I love the drama, the crisis of weddings, that everything is like the worst thing that's ever happened on a wedding day. And for us, I'm like, great, let me problem solve. I'm there, I'm so there.
So you've got a hero complex as well. I think anybody that works in weddings like to be able to go, I can fix that.
I'm so much better in a crisis than I am in real life.
Yes.
Honestly. So yeah, weddings are my thing. I've kind of moved wherever the job takes me, and I am at the Post Barn now, which is this beautiful purpose-built barn, and it's part of Donington & Co., which is a private family-run business that I've known for years. I've kind of followed them, eaten their restaurants, so when I was a child. Yeah,
nice.
It's great.
When did you start working here?
So I've been here 3 years. We opened 4 years ago, and I came in at the end of their first year.
Fine. Okay, so tell us, like, what have you done? What have you changed? What have you come in and gone, no, that's shit, we're doing this?
I think for me, I very much look at it as, when I came in, everyone was like, oh my God, it's a wedding, panic, we've got to do this wedding. And I was kind of going, but we do weddings every day.
We're purpose-built.
Like, we're only here to do weddings. So I very much kind of streamlined how the staff work with it, made sure that everything we do has the couple at the heart of it. So I think we got a bit lost of kind of going, we've just got to sell weddings, we've got to do this. And I was kind of going, but everyone needs to be a part of our story. How do we put them back into that? How do we put history into a purpose-built new building?
Yes, that's very true. Yeah, you don't have the thing of being like, we've been here for 80 years. No, I have been here before. I have worked with you guys, and it's something I want to talk about because you guys care very much about suppliers. And for couples listening, they get really confused when we're like, oh no, some venues hate suppliers. Yeah. Like, it's not even just coordinators. Some venues are just like...
Some venues just hate Georgie, it's okay.
I know. I'm really nice though, like, if you let me. But like, florists will come in and everything is so difficult, and there's so many, like, why is it conscious? Like, you guys are quite hot on marketing, and I feel like that's kind of the topic I want to run with on this episode. But Is it because you're super conscious of the fact that suppliers are marketing, or?
No, I mean, for me, I used to work in dry hire venues, so I would go and helicopter into different venues to run these weddings, run these festivals, these concerts. And that was really tough because I could be like, I don't know where to get a glass of water. I don't know where I can put my lunch in the fridge. I don't know what I'm doing. And I'd be working 14, 15-hour days. And I was really conscious that when suppliers come to us, they don't necessarily know us. Yes, we have our family suppliers. We've got our lovely ones. But they don't know us. They don't know what they can do, what they can't do. So we give all of our suppliers a 3-course meal. They want a soft drink from the bar, have a soft drink. You want a crisp Diet Coke, have a crisp Diet Coke. You want tea, coffee, water. We just want to make sure you feel the love. And really, I think the marketing is very, very secondary to that for us. Okay. It's more about making sure our suppliers feel that they can come to this venue and be comfortable, because I've been that person that wasn't comfortable at a venue. And it's really tough.
But it's rare. You guys are rare for doing it. So it's hard to like, what would you say to other venues that don't? Like, how would you play it? Because obviously they've got a person at the top going, it's costing us money doing a 3-course meal and Diet Coke whenever they want it. Like, what do you think the benefit?
I just love a Diet Coke.
A crisp one.
If you're scabby enough not to give me a Diet Coke, then that means you're not running your business
properly.
But
this is my problem. It's if somebody's asking for a beer, it's a different. I get it. It's different. But what would you? Why would you say to, if you went to another venue, would that be like I'm putting my foot down?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it costs us nothing. You think about what the cost of doing a Diet Coke is at cost. Why on earth are you going to charge someone £9 for a pint of Diet Coke? I mean, that's obscene. They're there all day. And the worst thing, it's like when it's a photographer asking for it, and then the venue asks for the photos afterwards. And you're like, hang on a second, you wouldn't even give her a Diet Coke. Yeah. What are you doing?
I would 100% charge for photos.
Yeah. Did you see that the other day a planner was charging £150 to each supplier to use the photos?
Yeah.
Do you reckon she was pocketing that?
Absolutely.
She would have given 150 to the photographer and then kept the rest of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I get it costs, I understand the process of it costing money for the photographer, but I just, when suppliers all get on, and that wedding we did here was honestly one of my, like, it's a highlight.
Who was that?
Lucy and Chris. You did that as well. Yeah. And it's just such a highlight because everything, first of all, they were an absolute vibe. Yeah, so that does always help. But all the suppliers got on. You guys hosted it well, because I feel like the venue are the host. You set the tone for the day, and that's quite a lot of pressure for you.
I think that's the thing about working weddings though, isn't it? I always used to drive to work thinking what we do and don't do on a wedding day affects the outcome of that day for someone. And it's such a privilege to be a part of that. But when you get to work with a team like we worked on that day, that was just epic.
That was fun.
It was, everything flowed, everything went really well. The whole ethos of the couple was brilliant. And that just is a dream team for us.
Do you get many suppliers that aren't on the same page? What suppliers do you hate? You don't have to name people, but what don't you like coming in?
What we
Come on, Daisy.
Yeah,
this person. Georgie was like, I'm not going to make you do anything. I'm not going to make you say anything.
Marketing team in the back are like, shut up, Daisy.
We absolutely love working with kind of our family suppliers. So like Harrison and Green, KTB Cakes, Cubcudo, they're the ones that work with us all the time. And when we know we've got a day where it's all of our in-house suppliers, we know nothing's going to go wrong. Yeah. We know we've got each other's backs explicitly. You do get some suppliers that come in with a bit of arrogance, and they're a bit like, do you not know who we are? And I'm a bit like, no, do you know who we are? Yeah. Because we're the ones that can look after you today. So let's start again. And this
is why I think everyone should just walk in, like, even playing field, and just see what, like, let's sense.
When they're like, oh, we don't need to be told how this venue is. You've never been here before. Can we just give you a little intro?
Like a tour. Here's where the sun sets. Yeah. Here's where you're allowed to go. This is where you can do that.
Here's a photo opportunity. Yeah. Let's help you.
Yeah. This is the thing. I think people don't like to take help. Yeah. I think, but it's also, it comes from them going to other venues and them just being dicks.
This is it. And also, I think there's a big stigma with venues about working with planners, because they think they're gonna step on their toes, whereas we're a lot more hands-on here with how we are as a venue coordinator. Yeah. That we care, and I'm not saying more than other venues, but we absolutely...
She absolutely is.
100%. You own it, hon.
Own it, come on.
We genuinely care about how the day's going to run. And actually, when we can work with a planner, it's a great opportunity, because we're there making sure that day runs smoothly. We are there making sure those suppliers do what they should be doing. But when you get a planner, they're working one-on-one with that couple. They're making sure that couple, every moment of it is perfect, and we'll get distracted. So it is amazing. I think that venues just need to kind of put ego aside And
I'm going to need you to look at the camera and say that again.
So I think venues just need to put ego aside, because we're all here for the end goal, which is the happiest day of our couple's lives. So why does one of us be more important than the next? Let's do it together.
Agreed.
So I think a lot of couples struggle with venues initially because they don't know what they're looking for. They don't know what questions to ask. They don't know. I feel like a lot of people will book a venue, sometimes maybe rightly or wrongly, and then after find out all this information. What do you think is important for couples when viewing or considering venues for their wedding?
I mean, I think the biggest thing is, what feeling do you get when you walk through the door? For me, I always say, when I do the showrun appointments, when I train the coordinators how to kind of sell weddings, I say it's not about selling a wedding. You can't sell a feeling, and someone has to be able to envisage themselves getting married in your venue, or they don't.
Yeah.
So I always say, go home. When you close your eyes at night and you dream and you make this impersonation in your head, are you envisaging yourself at the post barn getting married? Yeah. If you're not, then it's not the right venue for you.
You can't sell this as a industrial. If that's the vibe they want, there is nothing you can say. You can be the best salesperson in the world, but it's not right.
And how does that person make you feel? Like, if you're coming to a show round and you feel like you're just a number, that's not the venue for you, because to trust somebody with the happiest day of your life, the most pressure, the biggest stress that you'll be under. I mean, you buy a house, you plan a wedding, that's it. Those are the two kind of crunch points. It's a massive deal. So you have to feel right about it from the moment you walk in the venue.
So did you get married here?
I did not.
Oh, controversial.
I do think you can't get married where this literally works.
Did you think about it?
No, I didn't. It didn't even cross my mind, but I have always dreamt to get married at home in my parents' garden and walking to the church. So
Daisy Boo Bradley is one of those.
Yeah, proper wedding, love it.
Proper wedding.
Did it all go right?
Yes.
Go on.
It was a lot of pressure for anyone to deliver my wedding, and I totally get that. And my husband was very super chill and was just like, you do it, but someone to be me on the day, a lot of pressure.
Fine. What was?
Did you change anything?
Yeah. What did go right? If you had to change something, what would it be?
I would have had a lot more coordination on the day.
Fine.
Yeah.
Were you like worried?
You weren't available. I inquired. So.
Did you relax on the day?
I did, yeah. I think after the day I had quite a lot of anxiety. The post-wedding blues were really tough for me, but it was more post-wedding anxiety of, was it enough? Was it enough for who I am in the industry? There's a lot of pressure, more pressure, everyone kind of going, a wedding planner's wedding, what does that look like? And then once I got the photos and videos back, I was like, it was exactly what we wanted it to be. But
yeah, I think you need... I don't know if I've said this on here before. I was thinking it the other week. I rewatched our first dance, and I watch couples on their wedding day. So I think you have this wedding, and then you have exactly that post bit where you're a bit like, oh, was it as good? Like, I had a great time, but then you have this like 6-month bit of being like, I'm not sure how that went. And then I've gaslit myself. So I'll watch other people's first dance. I love a gaslight. I watch other people's first dance, and I'm watching them, and they're so in love, and they're talking to each other and all these things. And I'm thinking, I don't think we did that in our first dance.
That's not you. As
no,
a couple.
I rewatched the video, and that's exactly what we're doing. And I'm like, who would have thought? Literally made this story in my head of being like, oh, this is what other people are doing. That looks so sweet, and I literally watched it back, going, I fucking made that up. I literally made up.
And then you second guessed yourself.
Yeah.
And it was entirely the right decision at the time that you made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could you touched on a subject that everybody's asking us to talk more about, which is post-wedding blues. What would be if you could give one bit of advice? Because obviously you should know.
Yeah.
But you still end it and go, was that good?
Yeah, completely. And I think you have to be super kind to yourself. And I think that there's a lot of pressure, and a lot of brides really feel that what this Instagram, TikTok face of the wedding industry, they really struggle because why wasn't their wedding posted by their supplier? Were they not good enough? Were they not pretty enough? Were they not thin enough? And they have this whole thing, and it's really tough. And I think you have to just remember the feeling of marrying your person on your wedding day and take that with you. And someone gave me a really good bit of advice after we got married, and she said, you're only a newlywed once. Aww. So protect your peace. For the first year, you're only going to be in that bubble for the first year
Oh, no, I'm
and
sad.
do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
If you want to do nothing all weekend, do nothing all weekend. If you want to travel the world, but do it just the two of you.
That's my favourite TikTok when they go, I'll never be a bride again. I'm just a wife. I'm just someone's wife now. I'm never going to be a bride again.
I mean, I'm totally Monica in this.
Yeah, 100%. I would like to talk about your past.
Let's dig it
So
up. Let's dig
I would like
dirty
to,
laundry up.
I want dirty stories. I want to park the post barn right now because I feel like this venue is very elegant and beautiful and stunning and vibes and perfect.
Do you know what though? It's not. I always say that I'm not a barn girl.
Oh, it's not a barn though. I
It's
know
not
it
a
is,
barn,
but it's not.
It's a barn, but it's not a barn.
It's a new bar.
It's a new barn.
Yeah, they're different. They're
And
different
like
feels.
the window at the back.
There are doors and
Yeah.
open up.
And
This
then you
is-
can't see in either, can you?
No, nothing outside.
So when I came, the ceremony was outside.
Yeah.
So it was in front of this window that side, and then everybody comes. This is where we did the champagne supernova. That was one of my favourite moments. They did a champagne tower, the sax and
Ensemble sax
things
is very
came
good,
in, played that, and it was just one of those moments where I think all suppliers were stood there going, oh, this is cool, this is good, this was it, and it wasn't really planned.
No, and it was just a bit chaotic because we were
Yeah.
like, we've just got to do it. Let's.
We were
go
like, we need
for
to
it.
champagne tower somewhere. Let's do it there. Yeah, stunning,
Epic.
stunning. So anyway, dirty stuff.
Yeah.
So you were telling us earlier that you worked with around Elon Musk. He was at one of your events.
I did, yeah. Elon was 10 years ago, so before where we're at now. I used to work at Ano Park in Oxfordshire, and he was a guest of Tallulah Riley from St. Trinian's.
Oh yeah.
I'm not very good with celebrities, but I had no idea who he was, and I had to write in calligraphy his place name because they had missed him off the table plan because he'd come last minute.
As if you'd miss off Elon Musk.
Well, and this is it, but I had no idea who it was, and so I was like, who is Eton Mess? Like, what is this? What is this here? And so I'm calligraphying these cards to try and look like the font, and 3 cards I wrote Eton Mess. And I just thought, this is ridiculous. Went into the kitchen and said to the chefs, I was like, who has a name like Elon Musk? And they said, you honestly do not know who this guy is. It's Tesla, it's SpaceX, this is massive.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like,
Oh, that's what my dad thought it was. What did he think it was? He thought it was an aftershave. I was like, no.
I mean, I can see where he's coming from.
Is that his actual name though?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
So this is a venue that's no longer a venue. So I feel like we could just talk about
Very
all
cool
the-
venue.
I know, very
I
ethically
wanted
cool.
to get married there.
Giraffe hanging from the ceiling by a helium balloon.
Like it's
the dungeon,
insane.
the basement where anything
What
goes.
happened? I was.
The dirty
Is it like a
after
red room?
parties.
Is it? Was it? Oh my god!
What have you seen,
stop.
Daisy? Tell us.
Oh, I mean, Ano was amazing. It was sort of million.
I feel like
pound
I've said it
wedding.
wrong all this time.
What do you call it?
Ano.
Oh, I think I called it
I call
Ano.
it Ano.
Ano, yeah. Ano.
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 I feel like you know.
Well, I
Now
know.
Ano.
Ano.
What's the wildest story from there that you're allowed to tell?
I mean,
I imagine the cocaine was
anything
on,
goes.
yeah.
There is a lot that happened there. I just think the whole house, the whole ethos was super cool. It was full of taxidermy animals, and like there was a bear holding a butler's tray, and so you'd have your drink off this giant full-size grizzly bear, and
So
there was a
cool.
unicorn.
Wait, won't they let you have animals here?
Taxidermy animals, fine, but real animals, yeah.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say, I'm
great.
sure I've seen you with. Has there been llamas here?
We have had alpacas.
Yeah.
We've had a miniature pony, which do be careful when you have your ponies because it kicked up dirt all over the bride's dress before she.
I'm just thinking of My Little Pony, My Little
Beth likes to
Pony.
sing mid. You just kind of zone her out. Or something.
It was a miniature pony and a Pomeranian. Oh, that was-
Cute. Georgie's like, God's sake, these people with their animals.
I like an animal. I just think there's a time and a place for an animal. You know.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the taxidermy ones in the.
Yeah.
Are they real? Were they all
super
real?
cool. They were all real, and
Even
then
the
they had to be
giraffe?
sent away to be like frozen after a few years because they're real.
Oh. See, this is why I find it weird that you wanted to get married there because that's
You're a
not.
vegetarian.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
cool though.
It did
is
look.
so cool.
Was it literally dry hire? You do whatever you want in this place.
Dry hire, very expensive dry hire.
Did you
They-
do what's her name? Lydia's wedding.
Who's
The
Lydia?
influencer.
Oh no.
She
And
doesn't know any
she-
celebrities.
She had a
Oh,
red.
this is
She didn't know
my
Elon
problem.
Musk.
She had a red bouquet.
I mean, do you know how many weddings would have been there?
It was also about 10 years
This
ago.
was
right?
memorable.
Elon Musk was memorable.
I did Ridley Scott's son's wedding, but again, I was like,
Who's
what films? Any films that I'd know? He's the director of Gladiators.
Oh,
that's cool.
fair.
Like,
I knew the
pretty
name.
big film director. I was just having a chat with him, like, Any good films? Anything I've seen?
Okay, Daisy
Gladiator.
Bradley, you're not going to give us any dirt.
Give us
clearly.
gossip. No, give us what's the worst thing that happened there, where you questioned your entire career?
I mean, the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my career is all the food got stolen on the way to the wedding.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
By who?
No idea. And we
Wait, what? I need full story.
We would drive to the venues with a refrigerated van full of all the food for the day.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me go back. So this isn't at ANO.
This was the same.
You're
company I
working
was
for
when I was
a
at ANO,
catering
yeah.
company, and you're catering manager at this point?
Yes.
Okay, so you're in a van,
But I wasn't in the van. I
Okay.
was at the venue setting
waiting
up.
for the van.
Waiting for the van to arrive. And the van pulls up, the chefs come to me, and chefs take the piss, right?
Obviously,
They
yeah.
like to have a laugh. And he says, Daisy, all the food's been stolen. And I'm like, ha, you're so funny. Like, don't have time for this. And he's like, no, I'm not joking. The van has arrived and it's empty. And I'm like, what?
Who fucking steals food?
Well, lots of people.
Like, what are you going to do with all that food?
We go there and every single crate has been taken out of the van. And so the kitchen porter that was driving it, we were like, right, what happened? Where did you go? What was the process? And the van, he hadn't locked the van at a petrol station and he'd gone in to get cigarettes and gone to the toilet and came out and the van was empty. And we are 2.5 hours to...
This sounds like an inside job to me.
We did think it.
Is
we
it?
Well, we never found out.
But who is taking all that? Like, what? Like, it's not like
It was a big wedding. It was fillet steak, it was sea bass, it was like 24-hour slow cooked beef.
That is an inside job in it, to know
Yeah.
that all that food is in there.
And
Somebody
how
pulls a van
expensive it
next
is.
to
It was
it.
120 people. And I was just really kind of, I think that's when planners come into their element, because I just felt this kind of aura of calm wash
I'm
over
going to
me.
fix this.
And I just went, who's got a credit card? Who's got a credit card? You've got a credit card. You've got a car. You've got a car. Great. You go to the butchers. You go to Waitrose. You go to fishmongers. You buy this. You buy that. You buy this. Let's call everybody. And an hour and a half later, I'm wrapped in bin bags and I'm descaling sea bass fillets just to get it on the table. And then someone would whip it off me and I'd go out front to the client being like, oh, hi guys. Happiest day of your life.
Did they not know
Really
anything?
behind for food. So give us 20 minutes.
Did they...
I stink of fish. Don't worry about it. Though. I've got perfume in my bag.
Scales in her hair. Stolen
I bet they were like,
food.
gosh, she's stinky.
She is
She is stinky.
She's so nice, but she really smells like
That's
fish.
I know. So that was the worst for me.
Oh my god.
But you pulled it back.
Yeah, absolutely. We always do
Did the
that.
client ever know?
No.
They
No,
do now.
the only thing I did say was that we had overcooked the 24-hour slow cooked beef and couldn't serve it, and we were very sorry, and we'd give them some money back.
Surely it cost a fortune. 'cause
Oh,
you've-
absolutely. 'Cause we
Can you
worked
get
hard.
insurance on? Can you claim to?
I mean, we kept the kitchen porter on, right? So
Ooh, all right.
That's a story and a half.
That is a good story.
Okay.
What about what's the worst thing that's ever happened on a wedding day? As in watching something happen and you're like, oh, cool.
oh, I mean, it's always cakes, right?
It is always cakes, isn't
always
it?
cakes. When you look at the cake, you're like, that cake looks like it's about to fall, and then you catch the cake. We did, bless them, unspecified venue, have a groom that got particularly drunk pre-ceremony and maybe shouldn't have got married.
Wait, come on, we need more.
So he was really nervous. So all of his friends were separately coming up to him being like, why don't you just have a shot of whiskey? It's fine, just have a shot of whiskey. And it must have all hit him as he was standing at the end of the aisle.
Oh, the worst!
And so she walked down and was like, ooh, you're...
You can also. I said to Brian the other day, we were at home and he's just talking. I was like, so, and I was like, you had a couple of beers, and it was just an evening. He was like, yeah, I have it. I was like, I can hear it. I know you too well. Like she must have been sitting there going, I can feel you making faces behind the light, Brian. But like, if you're the partner, like other people, I mean, it sounds like people could notice, but I would get to the top of the aisle and be like, are you fucking joking?
Yeah.
Was she furious?
She poor thing, and she had put her heart and soul into this day. Everything was handmade. It was beautiful. And they sort of got married. He got to the end of the aisle and then he vomited. Everywhere.
End of aisle out.
Wait, so they got married?
Yeah.
They got married, walked
Got
out.
married.
and
The
was
the registrars maybe shouldn't have, but they got married.
I'm surprised they did.
Yeah, but I feel like you don't always know. Like,
I think they didn't realise until that point, and then what do you do? We're not going to marry
yeah.
you. And then they had this sweetheart top table, and she had to sit next to him.
I'd be like,
I'd be
where's
like,
my-
bring some tables
Yeah,
next
no,
to me.
I wouldn't even
Like,
sit with
yeah.
him. I'd be like, I'm bringing a friend.
Yeah.
It's our wedding now.
Tough.
But what do you do on the day? Because this goes back to the post-wedding blues. If something goes wrong on the day, how do you... Because some brides and grooms are just really good at shaking it off and being like, it depends on the severity of the thing. But how do
I
you
would
get
not
over?
shake
That's what I
that
mean. If I was annoyed at my partner, how do you get over that?
I mean, you never get it back, right?
No.
I have a
That's
face that
the
doesn't lie
pressure
as
of
well.
weddings.
My face is just, I'm even thinking about it now, my face is like screwed up. Like I'm actually annoyed for her.
Yeah. And then I think they went on honeymoon. And I think that's really, if you are straight away into a honeymoon, it's really easy to not hate your partner on a tropical island beach, right?
Oh no, I still would. I hold grudges.
But I don't know, you have to figure out, can you forgive it? Can you forget it?
This is the thing. I get annoyed at people on a wedding day. If like a mum isn't quite being, like I've had it before where a dad does a first look and he's like, oh yeah, no, you look good. And I'm like,
Come on.
no, give her, like if people, and then I'm annoyed at you all day now. Or if somebody's wearing white, I'm literally like, I won't speak to you.
I just don't understand it. I went to a wedding this year and the stepmom wore white.
You
And I
just
thought, what?
also
Who
stepmom.
knows?
Stepmom vibes.
That's bad. Did anyone wear white to yours?
No.
Not even.
We encourage colour though, so everything was very colourful, big hats,
Fine.
sort of
Love
drama. Yeah. No.
Any drama at yours?
Yeah, we set 4 people on fire.
What?
Why?
We
Like actually on fire.
actually on fire. So smoke bombs. You know how the advisory
told
on smoke
you
bombs
this.
is that you have to put them on the floor and
Yes.
not hold them. The white ones in our colourful smoke bombs were faulty and exploded, and we have this epic video of the smoke bombs exploding into guys' hands and set fire to my friend Hannah's hair and her hat. And his nickname is Sluthammer. He's German.
Sluthammer.
Sounds like he
He
deserves
burnt all down his hand. Another guy down the back of his neck. And then a lovely Chloe, our social media marketing manager, was doing social media on my wedding day, and she was screaming at me to try and carry on. And I was like, she's on fire!
My friend!
I need to put her out. And they were like, you don't get this moment back. Keep going, keep going. And they could not get my face to do anything other than
Oh my god.
panic.
Smoke
So-
bombs are.
Dangerous.
And then we pushed the timings back by 45 minutes because we set fire to 4 people.
That's the title of this episode.
Yeah, that is it. I was going to say she smells like fish, and I was like, she's not going to want that as the title of the episode. So we'll go for
Daisy
she
B.
set
Bradley
4 people on
smells
fire. Talking of stuff, and especially if you've had that experience, is there any stuff that you don't allow? Because I feel like you're a very chilled venue, but what don't you allow?
What are your rules?
So, sparklers are 10 people maximum.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. And I know that it seems like we're being the fun police, but nobody needs 100 drunk people with
Yeah, fair.
fire
Where'd you get
when
10
you
from?
are limited.
Why 10?
Because 10 is kind of what, if you think you have 5 bridesmaids, 5 groomsmen and a couple, so you're sort of 12 max because the couple don't.
Now you're lying, Daisy. That's 12.
Yeah, but they're
But
not
it's
holding
10 other
sparklers.
people. The
Okay.
couple
Oh,
are-
okay.
What about mum and dad?
Well, but then they can figure out who they get rid of on that 10.
Do you actually stand there and count? Like if
Yeah.
I wanted 15, would you be
Yeah,
like...
we only bring out 10 sparklers and that's all they get.
Are they not like 10 people but 2 sparklers?
Yeah, they can.
Oh, right, okay.
We'll, at one time, we're only handing them out
Okay, fine.
to make
To be
sure.
fair, I do think like long sparkler things are just... They're chaos.
And everybody is drunk by that point. And unless your photographer, videographer, content team has stayed, there is no point doing it.
I
because
totally
no
agree
one's
with
getting
that.
a good picture.
I agree
Yeah,
with that.
okay, fair.
There's no point doing sparklers. I don't mind sparklers as confetti if it's like 4 o'clock on a winter wedding.
yeah.
I don't mind that. But I agree, there's no point. What's the
Yeah.
point in trying to get 100 people? And nobody, like, they're just not
No one's
vibey
into
enough.
it then,
Yeah.
right?
What else
So-
don't you allow?
We don't allow, so infamously, our first ever wedding here, we had beautiful pampas grass and floral arrangements and long taper candles that were lit. And there is an amazing photo from our first wedding of the pampas grass arrangement going up in flames and the reaction of everyone in the room of this going up in flames. So we don't allow an uncovered flame anymore.
Fair.
So if you are having taper candles, they have to have the hurricane vases. Yeah.
What about, how do you feel about candles down the aisle?
No. People drop their dress in it. We
Yeah,
have
I
a dress up in
do.
flames, and I think that we're doing it from protecting people more than we're necessarily protecting our building.
But I like when, my issue with venues is when there's no reason for it. When they say no to something and I'm like, but
why?
Why?
Yeah.
And it's like weird stuff where I just can't even think of an example, but at least they make sense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can't have fireworks anymore. We have a very sweet neighbour who has an equine farm, therefore ponies,
Horses.
horses. Yeah. So baby ponies, and if a horse gets scared, when
Okay, that's fair.
they miscarry. and
How do
it's
you
all
feel
great.
about confetti?
Outside? Great.
Inside?
No.
Why?
This is a porous floor, so if you are ever building a wedding barn, do not use this floor.
Not planning to, but
It will absorb anything that hits it. So if you have dark coloured petals in here that then get wet, you have a dark coloured trail all the way down, and we have to strip the seal off and reseal it.
So
Sounds like a big job.
It does. What's your backup plan for confetti then?
We've got a great outside porch here, so you can flip it and you do them along the width of the building, not the length of the building.
If there's a plan B, I'm happy. That's because the problem is a lot of venues are like, oh no, you can't do confetti inside, and then I'm like, so you're then saying they can't have confetti because that's what that means.
And this is it. Why present a problem without a solution, right?
Yeah.
Love that. Don't give me a problem, give me a solution.
Exactly. I don't have time to kind of someone to come up being like, oh, but we can't. I'm like, right, come on, let's just
Find
What's
something.
the weirdest request you've ever had here? And you're like, you're all sat in the office like, what
Are we allowed?
Here, not so much. That they're quite usual. I mean, can we have a horse? Can we have a motorbike? We've had the Harley Davidson in here.
Cute.
Like, we've done all of that. The weirdest request I've ever had in my career was, it was a big wedding in northeast London, and she wanted a procession of peacocks.
Why?
And she couldn't
Why
comprehend
not?
that I was saying, right, I'm not sure we can get that many peacocks. I'm not sure we can train the peacocks to walk in a straight line. Also, you'll be following them, therefore you'll walk through the peacock poop. And also, where you're getting married is a public park, so I can just envision a dog taking out a peacock.
But also just all the peacocks just fuck off.
Exactly.
And then we've lost 10 peacocks.
And she couldn't understand this, and I was in this big office having this conversation and trying to talk this bride that she couldn't have a procession of peacocks.
You're such a bitch.
Yeah, I know. Damn it.
Who are you to stop someone's
the
dream
picture-
of peacocks?
Pictures would look cool if they all...
But that's the thing, they won't have the
It
tails
would look
up.
amazing, but who's getting them to walk in a straight line?
You.
Yeah, that's a you problem.
Corral of peacocks.
I want to talk about marketing. We were talking about this earlier because we were on about how many weddings you do and how many weddings you've got coming up and things like that. Because
How
there's
many
a lot
weddings
of.
do you do?
So we average around 2 a week.
2 weeks.
Right.
Okay.
Why does
I
you
don't
sound
like to
sketchy?
say- I don't like to say the number because
Why?
I don't
I don't think that's
anyone
bad.
to feel like they're just a number.
This is an
And
issue.
so I don't want
agree.
them to know how many we do because that makes
I
it
mean,
feel
we
like
can
we don't
work it
care about
out
them.
if we times 52 by 2. maybe not.
Right.
But I'd
Only you can do
also.
that.
This is true. I also think though. Something comes from having a lot of weddings because you don't want to be the only couple at a venue.
Yeah, you don't want to do, we do 5 a year and you're like,
Well, I don't trust you to do. So it is but it also shows that you know what you're doing. But I want to talk about your marketing because you are pretty hot on it to be like, you're thinking 3 years ahead. Whereas a lot of venues I'll speak to and they'll be like, oh yeah, no, it's not very busy next year. And I'm like, because you did nothing last year.
yeah.
Because you were busy from lockdown last year. You're now, the backlash is 2 years later. So the whole industry is talking at the moment, being like, we're not very busy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you didn't do anything.
But I think it's really tough, depending on where your venue is, depending who you work for. Like, if you work in a hotel, they only really do think day to day, week by week, month by month, because they only have to. And it's this big culture shock of wedding marketing is completely different to any other hospitality marketing. And if you can't get your head around that, you're not going to be successful marketing. That trying to convince your managing director that you need to make sure the dates are protected in 3 years' time, that they can't just do renovations in May in 3 years' time. Yeah, great, that works for the business. It doesn't work for your weddings.
Yeah.
It's a big culture shock. You are marketing to someone that is getting married once.
Yeah.
Once they're married, they're not your customer. As much as we want to have that relationship and we will one-on-one treat them as our client, but from what we're marketing to them, that's not, we want the next person getting married. So how do you make that feel personal? How do you put that across? How do you make it seem like you're different to what other people are?
Go on, how do you?
We have a team that care.
Yeah.
From everything we do, our sales team, Holly, Annabelle, Lucy, our marketing, Chloe, Hayley, Poppy, they all genuinely care about what we put out there. The team are amazing at quick responses on social media, making sure what we're showing is right for the right channel. So your Instagram should be your kind of polished, presenting it, but not jumping on the bandwagon of a trend.
Yeah.
Making sure you're showing what your venue is like, what makes your venue different. We had a debate in the office, and I'm really anti jumping on trends for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. I really struggled with it, and everyone was saying, right, let's do this, and I was like, it has absolutely
If
no
it doesn't
relevance
make
to
sense,
us
I totally agree.
Yeah.
If you can't spin it to be,
about the post.
then I agree.
And then TikTok, we're a bit more relaxed. It's a lot more Gen Z led on TikTok. We want to show kind of what we can do, how fun we are, what behind the scenes looks like. So it's very much playing to your audiences. And this whole debate now of kind of Gen Z versus millennial, how people buy differently. But since COVID, people don't consume weddings in the same way.
So you obviously joined here post-COVID, didn't you? And actually you guys weren't even open, so you don't have a pre-COVID to know what was normal.
We had a dream. When the organisation I was at for COVID, I had to cancel 172 weddings and ring them up personally and tell them. And then I came here and there was no postponements. They had every date available. It was an absolute dream. So we could really fly from that moment on. And we were really lucky. We built this amazing audience and had a great following. And then tragically in January this year, we lost our Instagram account.
How? Why?
We got hacked. And then we couldn't prove our identity because none of our faces were on the account. It was all our couples. And so they took the whole thing and that was it. Our entire 4 years worth of work just out.
How many followers did you have?
Over 5,000.
And what are you on now?
That is a question.
I think on like
2,000.
2,000, yeah.
Where are we at?
2,000.
Just under 2,000.
So if you could all do us a favour.
Yeah, I'll go and because that
Please.
to me is actually my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I know for like couples listening, they must be like, "Oh, but it does." Like as much as we shouldn't care about followers are the social proof bit.
Yeah.
They're the bit that is like, no, these 2,000 people have can vet for us, vouch for us, whatever the right word is. And then to lose that, you must have literally just been like...
It was devastating, but I think also what was really bad is that we lost our previous couples.
Yeah.
So where we want to have a relationship with our previous couples in terms of nurturing, I want to know where they've gone on honeymoon, like where are they at with their lives. We lost all of them, and then we couldn't communicate that because they're no longer looking at wedding algorithms.
But I do think that your previous clients as well are your biggest fans.
Yeah, 100%.
So like you've built a community, and what I always find is people will comment and be like, "Oh, they did my wedding, they were amazing." Like, so you get it as well. Like they're your
they are your bread and butter.
Like voice is your previous couples.
What was that first post after? Like, I just can imagine. I would have literally cried. I would sit at home and cry.
We were really emotional. I think it was heartbreaking.
Because it feels like right, I have to start again.
It felt like you were just putting nothing out into the nothingness. Like it was like, this is a void. Nobody knows us. Nobody knows our brand. No one knows who we are. And our whole thing at the post is it's personal at the post. And we just had to rebuild that. And we have done that by Chloe's amazing marketing strategy. Everything she's kind of brought to this, the social media, has been driven around who is the Post Barn. Yeah. Get to know us. Get to know what we do.
Oh,
I do believe you have a very strong name in the industry, and even more so in the last year or so, I'd probably say.
I feel like
suppliers are talking about you.
The
That's good.
catalyst of that happening almost makes you step back sometimes and go, fuck, right, okay, starting again then, let's just go hard. Because you guys do things, even things like this, like coming on, but like you are so open to the opportunities of it and being like, no, let's do this properly. What was your event here that I came in? I painted glasses.
Brunch.
That's it.
Yeah.
But that's clever.
Yeah.
It's a lot of venues are just a bit meh.
You've got to think outside the box though, because
100%.
I did see
we
like
are
3 other
nice
bridal
now.
brunches after, and I was like, guys,
don't
come
copy,
on.
guys.
we are going to do it.
I was
No,
like,
you need
guys.
more. You did glass painting.
Yeah.
And I was like, we've still got ours. But you have
You
to
did gingham
do
with lemons.
yes, yeah. And Brian did a little chili,
Yes.
hot stuff
Yeah.
on it. That was but it's stuff like that gets people like.
I mean, my best friend got
talking.
engaged, and here was the first place I was like, go see this venue.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like, but that is, and they trust it from industry
This is it,
professionals. But every question she said, have you had a bad experience with this venue? Every venue she looked at, have you had a bad experience? What was your venue? What was it like here with these guys? X, Y, Z. And you want that.
Yeah.
You want
Feedback.
that reputation and that feedback.
Can I ask you a question? You're not allowed to look at Chloe though.
Okay.
Would you do an influencer's wedding for free?
Ooh.
Because I get the whole thing.
Chloe's face right
again,
now.
it's marketing. I would argue that, let's say it's someone with 1 million followers, you would argue that the cost of getting them to talk about your venue would far outweigh the cost of having a wedding here.
Yes. And if you were doing ROI on things, absolutely, 100%. But I think it very much depends who it is and what that occasion is. We are great. So we offer free venue hire to charities here.
Okay.
So we will only do whatever the food and beverage is on it. And we want to work with people that need it. I think we would be open to doing definitely the venue hire aspect.
Yeah.
And maybe at cost for the rest of it. It totally depends on who it is and what they do. Ultimately, it has to benefit us. And if it's
100%.
just, they got married there.
And it has to be a right fit for you. Like you say,
And the right influencer.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
We do a lot of influencer work with our hotel, so Donington & Co. And they've got an amazing spa there. But it has to be the right people that come.
Yeah.
So let's actually just talk about this. So they're not just a wedding venue. What other cool stuff have you got on site for couples?
So we are kind of standalone here. You get exclusive use up here, but we are attached to Donington Co, which has just had this amazing refurb, bit of a rebrand. Previously Donington Valley Hotel and Spa, and it's got 113 bedrooms. So we have this real luxury that you can have dinner the night before and then have a brunch the day after and be completely separate to the venue.
I was going to say, so I have been lucky enough to stay here and it was lovely, but it feels like a different place, which I think is a good thing. Because I think, you know, sometimes when you come back into the same room that you got married to do the brunch, like sometimes you just feel like, I don't want to be hosting anymore.
The alcohol from
I want to be in a different space, and actually it does feel separate.
That's it.
But it's literally there.
And we do, as part of our package, you get a suite included the night of your wedding. So then you get hotel discounts for your loved ones. But you can use the spa, so you can come the day before and have your final spa treatments done. We've got an 18-hole golf course, so the boys quite often will golf the morning of the wedding whilst everyone else is getting ready.
How often do you have to go on the golf buggy and be like, guys, now,
They're
back?
pretty good.
Are
They're
they?
pretty good. We tend to book them at
7 a.m. tea time.
We tell them the tea time that they want isn't available and get them half an hour early. And then we've got a virtual golf as well, so the bunker, which is super cool and it's great.
Brian's a bit upset that he's not sat playing golf right now.
Mate, him and Isla went and did the bunker.
I know, but
It
he's
was
like,
well
he's
cute,
sat here now like, guys,
Twitching.
can I go play golf?
So we try and we kind of do a bit more of the whole experience, especially with this whole thing about weekend weddings, extending the celebration.
Yeah.
There's the opportunity to do that without having to do it here, which is great for both sides.
Yes. What would you change about the venue if you could change something? I love these questions. That's mean, isn't it? You're not prepped for that.
I mean, it's not front facing, it's storage. The venue wasn't built with any storage. So back of house is incredibly tight.
Is it?
I would also change the floor.
Yeah.
But I would like the whole wall of glass to open.
Oh, nice.
What does it, just the middle?
The middle two panes.
That
you get
would be
really
so
lovely,
cool.
Like imagine you could just take the side of
The whole
building
thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how that logistically works, but
She's not worried about logistics.
she's like, that's not my problem.
She's
This
not worried
is what
about
I want it to. Okay, so what do you think are the three coolest things here that the top three things that you would scream about?
So we are very high techie here, more high techie than I am. So the blinds at the back, they close at the touch of a button and block everything out, which is really clever. We've got an internal PA system, so you can play different music in different zones. You can control it all from an iPad. We're climate controlled, so we're warm in the winter, cool in the summer. Like we did a wedding when it was 38 degrees and everyone was just in here having a lovely time.
This is the things you need.
Yeah, that's
100%.
it. We've got enough space that you can do inside, outside, and not worry about it. We're good for weather contingency. And for me, I just love that we are a light and airy barn. There's a lot of historical barns, nothing wrong with them, but you look up and it rains through the roof sometimes.
Yes.
Like I came from historical buildings, that was my background.
What's the capacity here?
What is it? 150 seated.
Nice.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel big, as in a nice way. Sometimes it's 150 and you're like, oh, well, I've got 60 people.
And that's what's really clever about the way they've done the posts, is that you can just use the centre of the room and feel really intimate with it. And we've had someone come and do full trees down every post, which is just amazing. And that was an intimate wedding. So I think it's just really versatile. Being purpose-built, they've thought of every eventuality.
Yeah.
And so it just flows. We've got an open log fire in the winter, and then in the summer it blocks down, it's a piece of glass. You're like, oh, it's just a piece of glass, it's fine.
This is what I mean. Everything's been thought of, purpose built.
There is a difference with venues like that. It's you can tell when you go to places where the flow is very clear. Like you've got a mezzanine bit.
The bloody plug sockets are white. Like you actually can't see them. Like, but a lot of venues will have like really jarring plug sockets.
Jarring plug
And we have
sockets,
silver fire extinguishers,
Yes.
which is the dream.
That's the best thing
I
in
know,
the
I'm
world.
looking around.
Yeah.
That's clever.
Yeah.
It's
Talking
clever.
about techie, high techie, how do you feel about AI in the wedding industry? Do you guys use it?
Yeah, I mean, I think, right, there is a time and a place for AI. AI is happening whether we like it or not. So we either embrace it, we get on the bus, or the bus is leaving anyway. So I do not agree with it replacing creatives. That's really key.
I feel like it can't replace, like, when I'm thinking of it, I'm glad you're all calling it AI, because I can't say chat GPT, because I always say to go to call it the wrong chat GPT. AI. It's,
You know,
I
there's
feel
more to AI than that platform.
but that's the main one that's the one we're all using, isn't it?
Georgie.
I don't know why you put a face like that, Brian, as if that's not the one you use every day.
I was literally like, really?
Fuck off,
Okay.
Brian. But like that's what people are using. That's what we're using to mock up things like that. And I think the way that people stand out from that are the creatives, because they're the ones that know how to use it differently. Surely the whole point is to stand out, and AI can't do that bit.
Yeah, the trouble is I think it gives them unrealistic expectations of budgets. When you see these long tables with flowers flowing down the entire mile of table, you know, well, that's unrealistic, because people don't understand that's going to be £1 million to put flowers like that out
And
there.
will take all day to set up.
Yeah.
So unless you get married at 6 p.m.
Exactly. So I think AI doesn't work for things like that. Like when you go onto Pinterest now and you look at makeup techniques and makeup things, and it's an AI image of a face. You're like, well, you can't ever recreate that. But for us as a venue and for wedding businesses, I think it's a really powerful tool. Like we'll put in saying, compare our website to our competitor's website. What are we doing well? What are we not doing well? Can you analyse? And for a couple, they could say, we're stuck between two venues. Can you compare what the pros and cons of them are?
How accurate do you think it is?
I think you definitely need to do your own research from that, but it saves you a day.
Yes.
Like you're then going to analyse what it's told you, rather than going, oh, let me start from scratch and have to build this entire.
Because do you think you've put all your information online? Because obviously that's where it's getting it from, is you putting it out there. Have you put all of your information?
What's really interesting is it tells you where you've got information that you didn't even know you had information.
Oh.
So we found out that one of our listing pages said that we still do fireworks by putting it into AI.
Oh, that's clever.
So it absolutely is a tool that can benefit you if you use it in the right way.
I was listening to Stephen Bartlett's podcast the other day, and they were doing a whole episode on ChatGPT, and talking about how basically they did a study with 3 different people. One lot of people had to use it to write an essay. One lot could use Google, and one lot were just going off it. And they had a brain power usage, whatever, was 40% less when they used ChatGPT because they just aren't, and they couldn't recite what they had written 5 minutes later.
I think that is the dangerous thing, that if I type something, I know what it is and it's in my head. If I've copied something, I won't, it's not in my head.
Well, I say we're the generation that's smart because we didn't have it. For my degree, I couldn't use it.
Yeah.
I had to go and reference.
Yeah, but you use it now, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, I know I do
you
use
don't
it.
have time. That's why it's a benefit.
See, Daisy said it's
Oh no,
fine.
I'm agreeing. It's more us. I agree. For every good thing, there's a bad thing. It's the same as we were just talking about Isla getting an iPad at school. And I'm like, oh, that's sad, because we used to write everything and look in textbooks and things like that. And same for her she wanted to use Chat GPT the other day. And our instant thing is no. But then she's about to go into the world where that is available. So why would you not use it?
We grew up saying that we wouldn't have a calculator in our pocket at all times. Like that was the thing, right?
We do. And why would you now try and do
that sort of
long
sound in your
division?
head,
Yeah.
We have some questions.
Okay. We go. Don't pick all the good ones though. Wait, let me get the first one. Right. As a venue, and this is the one where we said don't float around this.
All right, okay.
As
Give
a
me a good
venue,
answer.
what makes you want to go the extra mile for a couple? And don't say we're going the extra mile for all the couple. Whatever that, there's
And you're not
got
allowed
to
to say
be.
you care because you've already said you care.
We know you care. We know you 100%. But what makes you be like, oh, I'm really looking forward to that?
Chloe is absolutely laughing in the corner, knowing you're squirming at this.
There are nice people, and then there are really nice people.
What makes them really nice?
If someone gives a shit about us, we will give a shit about them.
Ooh.
How do you want to? Yeah, I liked it. But what?
So when you get someone that has a whole list of questions and sends them in one long email and just says, look, I'm really sorry, is it better to jump on the phone, what can we do, or asks about you or cares about you, is on the phone, not just demanding things from you, it's really easy to go the extra mile for that couple.
Yeah.
And I think it's tough because you're not going to emotionally invest in every single couple you do. So yeah, absolutely, the wishy-washy is we do go the extra mile for every couple. But there's some couples where you want to stay. You
Yeah.
want to watch their first dance and you don't need to be there. There's couples where I don't get too involved with the weddings on the day. I come in on my days off to see the couples because
Yeah.
I adore them. That we've dealt with them for 18 months, 2 years, and we've built this relationship with them. And then what, are we supposed to just live without them?
Yeah. I
So
think
it's do they love us as much as we love them?
it's hard, isn't it? Because for couples, I think couples forget that suppliers are people. Because it's the big, and I get it, I get why. It's the biggest day of their life. This is the most important thing that's happened. They've got stress from their family, they've got budgets, they're sticking, like all of these different things. But I agree, there'll be some emails that come in, and it's probably more photographers and things, and it literally says, "Are you free? What price?" And I'm like, a human reads that and goes, "Oh, hold on, fuck off." Like you're saying, they send a huge list of questions. Maybe just start the conversation first.
And we want to know, like, when you go, "Oh, how did you get engaged?" They're like, "Oh, I did it on holiday." You're like,
Yeah.
give me something like.
Is it because they go into loads of venues? Is that what? Do you see them change when they pick here?
Some of them do, some of them don't. But I think we when we go through dividing up the weddings, we ask people who's got a connection.
Okay.
So we do it based on
Nice.
who have you met them, who did their show round, like at what stage did we see them, who's been having the most communication with them. And quite often the coordinator's like, "I want that one, and they're different. They're all different.
Yeah, because personalities, there's different people that are suited to different weddings.
Yeah. And like for me, I had 600 disco balls at my wedding. Like if anyone comes here with disco balls, I'm like, great, I'm totally there. Where are we hanging them? What are we doing?
Yeah. So it's nice to be nice.
Yeah.
I do think that though, like you find it weird. Like, I'm friends with a lot of my brides still.
I don't find it weird. I don't have time. Like, and I don't mean I don't have time, but
I'm in group chat after group chat. I'm at brunches. I'm at this. I'm at that because I've invested so much time. I want to know what the next step is, and I want to do that. But on the flip side, there are some people that I will happily see the back of, and some people have gone, "Oh, we should go for a drink." And I feel like actually, it's a really catch-22 because some brides are like, "I want to be your friend."
this is the problem. See, I've got no friends, so then
And I'm
nobody's
like-
looking, going, "Oh, she doesn't
And
want
then
to be
I remember
mine."
once like, we should get drinks together. I was like, "No, you actually spoke to me like a shit. You made my life a living hell. I don't want to go for a drink with you." But then I've got my other ones that I'm like,
And
all in.
there is, right? You get the bridezilla, the groomzillas.
Yeah.
But we do Valentine's Day every year. So we do this Valentine's Day dinner where it's
That's
all
adorable.
candlelit, and we invite our couples that have got married here before to come back for Valentine's dinner.
Nice.
And it's really cute. It's my favourite night of the year to work because I write them a little love note. I tell them how many days they've been married. And
Is there
like,
somewhere you're like,
yeah.
"Shit, I can't remember who this couple is"?
Well, I have a spreadsheet.
But I also think that again, you were
especially.
saying that actually, once they've got married, they don't need you anymore. But actually, these events make this place part of their journey forever.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
They don't need to buy a wedding from us anymore, but they need the history here. Like people come back on their anniversary to take pictures. They'll come and have an anniversary stay at Donington. And
Yeah.
Like
I was gonna say there's some venues like we can't go back to our venue. It doesn't. There's nothing to like. Do you know what I mean? It'd be a bit weird if we just turned up
what
like
was it?
what?
What shed was it for animals?
Oh, it was a turkey farm.
Turkey farm.
So like, there's not very often we just wander around there. Yeah. Whereas somewhere, I agree, somewhere like here, it must be so nice to be able to take your kids. We got married here.
Yeah. And recreate that picture. And what we do at the dinner, we're like, where was your favourite photo? Let's go and recreate it.
Oh,
Let's
that's
take that
so
photo.
cute.
And I just think it's absolutely magical. It reminds us why we do what we do.
Do people and
Stop asking your own questions. I've got loads of
no,
questions.
I've got more. We've got time. Do they find it weird that there's other couples? Because I get people always want to feel like they're the only wedding in the world, and like you were saying that you don't like sharing how many weddings you do. Is it weird?
I think a lot of them will start chatting to each other and comparing their days, but in
Yeah.
like a really nice way.
Okay.
And they'll say who was your coordinator, who was there on the day from your ops team, like, and compare what that was. And I think most people, once they got married, all they want to do is talk about their wedding.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
So coming to an occasion where you are talking to people that got married in your venue, that you can say how wonderful your wedding was, knowing that their wedding was wonderful too, it's quite special.
Yeah. All right.
I'm
Cute.
allowed to go.
You can go now.
Why does every fucking venue have a sound limiter?
We don't have a sound limiter.
That's
Guys,
surprising.
if you've not booked your wedding venue,
Yeah.
this is the main reason to book it.
Our neighbours are our staff houses.
But
There
what
is
about the
no
hotel?
Sound limiters.
It's
the
not-
other side of the golf course. So our thing is, if the roof tiles on Snellsmore rattle, it's probably too loud.
I've just remembered this. So where's Snellsmore is the place, isn't it?
Snellsmore is that house there.
So the couple
lives
that
in
got
the
married
house?
here, the house. That's where they got ready.
It's our dressing room for getting ready in the morning in our offices.
But the bride was like, I don't want...
The view is pretty good.
And
It's
you
like a
you can see the
mansion.
golfers as well, which is really cute.
Yeah.
I think it's nice being like, you know where you are. But the bride was like, I really don't want the registrar to say Snellsmore. I want them to say the post barn.
So because our license was
It's Snellsmore,
not
yeah.
anymore, we are now the post bar.
Has it?
Snellsmore now.
Hilarious.
We're
I like
okay.
that. Okay, let me find one. Okay, I want to talk about registrars, celebrants, friends doing. What's your thoughts on celebrants?
My personal thoughts.
Yeah.
I think the day you get married should be the day you are legally married.
Oh, Daisy wants to fight. Daisy wants to fight Georgie.
We'll fight.
Okay. So when you're
Let me put my
old
phone down. Hold on.
and you're losing your memory,
Yeah.
and you have to tell someone your wedding date,
Why?
and there's 2
But why would you tell someone your wedding date?
for an Alzheimer's check. If you're trying to do your will, your legal. My mum's a solicitor, so this is where this comes from. Is you're trying to do any legal documents when you are old and starting to lose your mind, and you put your wedding day with your celebrant-led ceremony, and they say you've lost your mind.
Daisy, can I just say that for that sole reason
That
only,
is.
it's
I almost
really
don't have an argument back
sad
because I'm like,
that you have gone straight to that to try and guilt trip us to not have any response, and that we're awful people if we do come back and say that's the most ridiculous answer you've ever given.
But that is why. If you're telling someone what date you got married on, do you then have 2 anniversaries?
I have 3.
But does Brian remember them all?
Brian? We have 3. Don't lie. What do you think is the one?
New Year's Eve.
Which is not our legal
Which
wedding
you can't
date.
forget.
Yeah. My issue with it
Daisy,
is,
I can't believe you went there. You went below the belt on that answer.
but I actually think I don't disagree with your statement. My issue is that you should be able to. So when my whole thing of it is when we had Isla, she was born on this day, and then 2 weeks later we went and signed the documentation to say she was born on that day. I think when you legally get married, you should be able to select the date.
Yeah.
Which I don't think, well, they'll do, but I don't disagree with it. I don't like the thought of somebody looking in 100 years' time, looking back at our thing and being like, oh, cute, they got married on the 16th of December.
I also think
no, it
it
wasn't New Year's
depends
Eve.
what you want from your wedding ceremony. Like, a lot of people will say that you can't personalise a registrar ceremony. Now, you can't change what they're going to say, but you can do your own readings, you can play your own music as long as it's not religious.
Don't lie.
But you can.
You can't play Smack My Bitch Up.
I mean, we had someone walk down the aisle with something with a swear word in it. I'm not sure the registrars realised in advance.
What song was it?
I can't remember. You guys aren't gonna know. I can't remember what it was, but it definitely said bitch in it, and we were like, bitch.
I like it.
Mind you, you get around in church and they talk about a sexual union.
They do. Sometimes in a church, I'm stood there going, and they always, so you don't have any children. I'm not going to ask if you want children or not, but they say in church weddings, basically go and have children now.
Oh yeah, 100%. The church need more babies.
Yeah. Did you say that you didn't want them to say that though?
No, we had an amazing vicar who was 84, and every time I rang her and asked her how she was, she said, I'm still alive and I plan on being so in May. So
She ran below the belt as well with her answer.
She was rogue.
I like that. Okay. I would like a better excuse for getting married on the same day as your thing.
It's just a lot of hassle.
If you weren't getting married in a church, are you telling me you would have had a registrar?
Yeah. Because
Georgie, she's allowed her opinion,
I
right?
like an opinion. I like a discussion.
But
I like a debate.
I don't agree with you, but
I did a speech. We all did speeches. That for me was the personal bit. I said what I felt in the speech.
I do agree it is a lot of hassle. Just
We
saying.
had nice readings.
I don't disagree. It's a lot of hassle. The only problem I have with, and this is most of you listening have got registrars, and that's fine. I just couldn't deal with the risk. Just feels risky of who's turning up.
Yeah, now that is
Because there are some
yeah.
dick registrars.
There really are. We are lucky.
you don't
here.
need to
West
point at
Berkshire-
Daisy when
There
you
are
say
some
that.
dicks.
West Berkshire are very good. There's always going to be someone that is a bit challenging. But if you know that in advance, you can request.
Ooh.
But how do you should be telling people? Would you say to someone they're a dick?
No, but we would manage the situation a bit more in the ceremony. So if it's a particular registrar, we're a bit more on hand.
I wonder who that is. We've got a question saying, hi guys, I got engaged 3 weeks ago, so I'm looking at venue options, trying to decide between dry hire versus packages. What's your thoughts?
Depends how much you want to do.
Do you offer dry hire or you just...
So we can do dry hire. It's a much shorter lead time if we do offer it. but you have to do a lot more. You also have to get a caterer that knows what they're doing. You're probably going to have a coordinator on the day. You cannot just wing it because no one can be you on the day. I think if you have never planned an event before, do not book a dry hire venue because you don't know how to plan a wedding. You don't know how to do it all.
But everyone thinks they do.
They do.
They do, and everyone then wants
And
to
with
plan a wedding,
ChatGPT,
decide they're a wedding planner.
How many people do you get come back and say, can I work here now? Yeah. A few. A couple.
But our packages are great because it takes the stress out of it, and we've just launched the all-inclusive package. So that is flowers, cake, DJ, photo booth, food, drink, venue. It's all included. It's all one thing. So if you want to get married in 6 months' time, just book a package and it does the stress for you. Tell us what colour it is. Tell us what flavour cake you want, and we'll do it for you.
A bit of cake.
So I think how much time do you have? How much energy do you have? And how much do you genuinely care about DIY in your wedding?
What's your favourite cake flavour?
I have more questions about that, but you can answer that first.
Guinness cake with chocolate ganache.
Sorry, what?
Guinness
chocolate Guinness cake with chocolate.
What's chocolate
Guinness
Guinness
cake?
cake?
Is the
KTB makes
moistest,
the best cake.
moistest cake.
What is it?
It's got Guinness in.
It's like
Does it taste like
No, it
Guinness?
doesn't taste like Guinness.
It tastes like a really moist,
dense chocolate cake, but it's got the cream.
Guinness is gross.
No, I hate Guinness.
Oh no, I don't like Guinness.
You know, like when they
But
add
in
coffee to chocolate to make it taste chocolatier, or no, they add chocolate to beef to make it beefier. It's like that. It's like adding Guinness to make it chocolatier.
I've never heard of that.
Honest to God, try it. If you
Yeah,
like
it's
chocolate cake,
where
if you
can
like
I
a
get
chocolate
it?
fudge cake, get chocolate.
Where can I get
KTB will make you one. I'll get her to send you one.
Could you send it so for the next episode we can try something? I would like to go back to what we were thinking of dry hire.
Sorry.
I liked the
It's
question.
nearly
though.
lunchtime. I'm hungry, all right?
That's fair. So I am very pro dry hire, only because, but you were the same because you're a marquee. So I do agree you need to know. Yeah. I think it opens up things like doing a free bar, like doing, say if somebody wanted do you get many free bars here?
A few, yeah. Normally parents will just decide to do it.
Chip in a bit, because it's harder to then do, because obviously you're paying per drink.
Yeah, and it is much more expensive to buy a drink over a bar than it is to buy a bottle in a supermarket and serve it yourself. But you have to be prepared for what the workload looks on that. And we broke ourselves.
It's like glassware hire, serving
This is
it, keeping it cool.
Ice.
Ice,
Oh my God,
garnish.
Your caterer won't provide the ice. Where are you going to do? But people don't think about that. And I'm a wedding planner, and the week before the wedding was the most stressful. We were buying freezers from Facebook Marketplace to put ice in, so we had enough ice for the wedding.
Yeah, dry hire comes. I say the same thing when people do marquees. It's so worth it if you know what you're doing. It's going to be 50 times harder.
Yeah.
So if you can't do that bit, you might not get to the wedding.
But walking down the side of the marquee on your wedding day, looking at your favourite people, that feeling can never be replaced.
Yeah. Okay, my turn to find a question. I'm getting
But
to.
if I were to do my wedding over again,
Ah,
I would get married in a venue.
would you?
Absolutely. Hands down, get married in a venue.
Why?
Because it takes... we're stress absorbers.
I think it takes a piece of your soul.
It takes so much of you to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Whereas a venue will just take it and do it and not cause you any grief. But even the day before the wedding, I was like, this will be amazing, but I wished we hadn't done it.
I don't disagree with you. I think if you work in the industry, it is
Do you know what
hard.
my biggest problem is with floors in marquee? Because I would always want a beige carpet, and you have to pull it up at some
And then they
point.
put the wrong colour floor in my marquee.
Did they?
Oh.
Were you with Bridezilla?
Grey carpet. I gave up
Where's
by
my
that
coconut matting? But this is the thing. Yeah, I do agree with you gave up with that bit of being just like, fuck it, whatever,
Yeah,
whatever.
honestly, by this point, do you know what?
Over it.
The rain was forecast. We had to get a second marquee 3 days before the wedding.
It's a lot, isn't it?
It is a lot. You have got to be a different kind of person to. But I do agree. You have, and you've got to coordinate and planning.
you and your partner
100%.
have to be so
Toit.
Are you sure you want to get married?
so tight.
Brian, I remember him questioning me the
Yeah.
week before the wedding, being like, "Why have you not thought?" And I'm like, "You fucking joking?" Because it's.
I love
There's
that
so
from
many
Brian. You're a
things.
wedding planner. Why have you not thought about this?
I was like, I'm gonna
What
punch
was
you in the
it?
face. I can't remember.
would not have
Transport,
wanted-
something like
I
that.
would not have wanted to be Brian.
I wouldn't have wanted to be me. Okay, what to include in an initial inquiry email? Because let's be honest, they're messaging 10 venues.
Yeah.
You want them to be nice, but equally they're emailing 10 venues. What
Tiny
do you want?
detail. We want to know what your partner's name is.
Oh,
yes. Honestly, the amount of people that just send the email from them, we want to know first name, last name, both of you.
Okay.
Because everything we then address the inquiry response with your name, your wedding at the post barn. Like, we want to know who you are.
I've got so many where they put the first name in the first name and then their surname in the partner's name, but the surname is like, it could be a man's name. Yeah. And then the whole time I'm calling them the wrong thing. I agree with that. Okay, so both couples' names.
We would really like to know what time of year you want to get married. So it's not necessarily day of the week or anything, because also day of the week is really helpful, because if you say you want to get married on Saturday in summer, we know that you are maybe having the budget to get married on Saturday in summer. If you say we want to get married on a Monday or Tuesday in November, we know that you're probably more interested in our quintessential package or our twilight package. So we want to be able to tailor it a little bit more to you. And roughly number of guests.
Okay.
Are you suddenly wanting 200 people, or are you wanting 20 people?
But I would argue that sometimes you don't know until you know, like, I don't know how much your packages are. Do you put a price on the website?
We do, yeah.
Because that does my head in.
I'm a real, personally, I wouldn't inquire for someone that I don't know if I can afford.
Stop wasting your own time.
If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I also don't know why venues will hide it. Like, it's such a waste of everyone's time.
they're worried about competitors knowing their prices, but we're not competitors. We're all in the same boat.
Just going to put a fake email in anyway.
Plenty of business to go around. Yeah.
So because I would say you don't always know. Like, I might want to get married on a Saturday in June. That's Hendrix, guys. Can you hear him? He's having a great time. He wanted to be on the podcast. He looked
Daisy
cute.
wouldn't let me have him. I wanted him to sit on my lap.
I think he wouldn't sit on your lap.
Yeah.
No, don't say
Unless
that
you
out
covered
loud.
your crotch in treats.
Well,
I'm a treat.
I'm a treat
snack.
myself. I'm a snack.
Because they might, pricing wise, they might want a Saturday, but until they get the pricing, I guess the open and honestness, isn't it? Of just, we're not sure. Yeah, we're not sure when we want to get married. We want to know your pricing. And then you go, cool, okay, here's all the information then.
And that's it. So you can get our prices on the website. You can get a kind of condensed version of the brochure. And then when you come, we'll actually find out who you are, what you want, and put it together. But everything's bespoke, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're not saying, because you want to get married on a Monday in November, you fit into this box. What we're saying is, what do you want? Come and tell us.
What do you want?
What do you want? Okay, your turn.
Okay, on the flip side of that, someone has asked, what is the most annoying things and questions couple do / ask before a wedding? What do we need to avoid?
Ooh. We had...
She's like, how do I make them not know I'm talking about them?
Yeah, exactly, basically. Trust us. Like, don't second guess us, because we plan weddings all the time. But we plan one.
Some venues,
Georgie, you've got to stop pointing.
No, it's not at you. It's because some venues promise the world, and then you turn up on the day and you're like, are you fucking joking? Like, I can vouch for you guys, I am, just to be clear, but I can get why couples must be like, I don't know.
I think if we have given you reason to doubt us, doubt us. But if we've never given you a reason to doubt us and you're listening to other people tell you horror stories, trust us. Like, we're very much on your side. The end goal is your wedding day. Like, we're here to help. So don't ask silly questions that we've already answered.
Yes.
Like, when we're doing dietaries and they're like, but this person can't have nuts, can they have the dessert? And we're like, yeah, it literally says nut free on it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, fine. A little bit of normal level of trust. All right, fair. So what else is more annoying?
Weddings by deed poll.
What?
When you get everyone involved in every planning meeting, you bring both sets of parents to the show round and both sets of parents to the planning meeting.
Is that an ick?
It is an ick. Because that meeting is going to take 3 times as long.
Oh, and then they'll be like, oh, I'm not sure about this. And then you're like, oh. Then they have a whole fucking blown discussion for 30 minutes and you're like,
I don't need to be a part of this conversation.
Yes.
Guys, I've got things to do.
Decisions right now. This wasn't the debate.
Yes.
So that is really challenging. And then the day before, they've had absolutely nothing to do with the wedding and they bring them to their drop-off meeting where we go through everything and they're asking silly questions. We're like,
it's too late now. Yeah.
who are you?
It's done now. We know that we're on it. Just let us be on it.
Okay, fine. You've talked about it slightly, but I want to know your opinion on venues that do this. Ooh. But do venues normally only let you work with suppliers on their list? Like, why do you really encourage people to use the people on your list?
Because we trust them explicitly. They know the post barn as much as we know the post barn. So we don't have to explain to them there's stone arches for a photo opportunity, there's a waterfall and you get to it like this. They just do it. It is seamless. We will let you work with any supplier other than catering, other than working at height. Because to come in at 6 a.m. and put up fairy lights or take them down, you kind of need to know that we can trust you in our building.
I agree with the catering as well, because everyone thinks the caterer is the venue.
Yeah.
So you get bad catering here and it's you guys.
100%. And we did a hybrid dry hire where we subcontracted a caterer and they got stuck on the M4 and they were 3 hours late. And that looked like it was us.
Yeah.
So we are very strict with that. But we will work with any other supplier. We just love working with our in-house suppliers.
But how do they get in-house? Do you know what I mean? You've got to have new people to get in-house people.
We do, but everyone asks to go on our list.
Yeah.
Everyone always asks to go on our list. And we have a supplier tracker and we track when they worked at the venue, and everyone has to have worked here a few times before they can go on the list. And they have to have everyone sign off, ops sign off, sales sign off, planning sign off, even kitchen sign off if they've had anything to do with them, so that we're all in agreement that we think they are right to be trusted with us recommending them to couples.
Because it's, again, your name on it.
Yeah.
If you recommend a photographer and then they're rude or they're shit.
And we had a videographer on the list when we first opened because we didn't know anybody, and then they didn't deliver a full wedding video to someone, and that was on us. They were off the list.
So how do we get on your list?
I think we've picked one.
I mean, this wedding was stunning we did here, so
It was good vibes.
more
It was
for
good
you
vibes.
if you don't put us on there.
Do people pay to get? Could
That's
somebody
what I was
pay
going to say.
you?
Do people pay?
Oh no. So if you work in a dry hire venue in London, 100% you're going to commission your suppliers.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we commissioning them? We're Newbury. We are in the countryside. We love everybody. We want to work with people. Why are we taking money from them?
I do think it's a bit of give and take, though, that there's certain venues that we work with all the time that recommend us all the time, and then they'll be like, look, we're doing this, can you help us out?
They come to our shows. I mean, look, Karen came into some flowers for us.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, it's
all give and take.
Give and take, and I think that's what suppliers need to realise. It's a lot of people are take, and it's actually, you've got to
You
give
scratch
a little
my
bit
back, I'll scratch your
Yeah.
back. This is why I'm saying when I say about you guys being very good at marketing, I think you're just very conscious of good decisions.
This isn't about my ego. This isn't about Holly's ego. This is about, are we a nice venue for people to want to come to?
Yeah. Good people.
Yeah.
And it's actually really hard to find.
This is the problem, is that venues give venues a bad name.
Yeah, some venues do, yeah.
This is and like we were saying about when you were saying about doing a package that includes DJ and things like, I'm pretty sure we have sat on this podcast before and been like, don't ever trust a venue that puts it out. But if somebody came and said there's a few venues that I could count my hand that would say that, and I'd be like, yeah, trust them, their suppliers are banging. But for couples that literally have just walked into this industry and gone, oh my God, like
So overwhelming.
it's just so much.
Also,
but
some aren't like, this sounds really bad, some aren't cool.
No.
Like, some venues aren't cool, do you know what I mean? Like, the DJ that you provide is probably pretty good, whereas some others I'll be like, look, it's going to be DJ Davis. He's got red
100%.
disco lights. It's not going to be the vibe.
And he's going to cut a hard finish at midnight and
Yeah.
end the song and turn the lights up.
Yeah.
Oh. Do you tell people the suppliers that you're working with in that package so they could go and research them themselves?
Yeah, absolutely. For stuff like that, we have nothing to hide. That go and look at them. We wouldn't ever recommend someone that we don't love.
Do you get commission from them because they're in your package?
No.
Question.
See, that's the thing of what you don't care.
Is it cheaper for them to do the package or book you separately and then book all those suppliers?
100% cheaper for the package.
Yeah, because the suppliers
Because
just
we're
get
only
in there.
offering it in the next 9 months.
Yeah,
So,
fine.
and we're only offering it, actually no, we are offering it until February 2027, but on like Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Makes sense.
so yeah, it's 100%
What if they're not
cheaper
available?
because actually for us, it's a damn sight easier.
Definitely, because you just
Done. Dream team.
Yeah.
Pick your photographer. That is one thing I would say. Your photographer is entirely what you want. We can't ever tell someone what photographer you should have. We work with amazing photographers here. I didn't have any of them for my wedding.
Ooh, I think it's a personality thing. It's a style thing. It's a
Vibe.
How it's
energy.
edited? Can I do what sort of thing do you want? Do you want documentary? Do you want pose? Do you want formal?
okay. I would like to end on a tip for couples. So I don't want you to think about this venue. I want you to just think about in general. Anyone who's looking at their venue right now, give me 3 tips to trust that venue. How can you trust that venue with the biggest day of your life when you may get met with the sales team who are there to
Sell?
schmooze and like, how can you really find out?
I think you have to. I mean, this isn't Married at First Sight. You don't have to trust your spleen, but you have got to trust your gut, right? if someone gives you a good feeling, that's who they are. The first impression someone gives you is likely to be the person that they are. So if you walk in and you get a good feeling from someone, big tick. If they seem like they genuinely care, they're asking questions about the two of you and not just, how many people do you want at your wedding day? What day of the year do you want to get married at? If they're kind of going and what's your top 3 things? What's your top 3 yeses, your top 3 nos? And they care about you. Brilliant. And number 3, can you envisage yourself getting married there? Is that your wedding venue? Is that your wedding venue of your dreams?
Nice.
I like those. And I would like to vouch for you guys and say that I trust you. I'll put my name on it. Okay, I have a bitches from a bride, which you may be able to help with. Said, hi, can you help? I don't know what else to do. I get married in October. This is tight. I have emailed the venue a couple of times to ask questions and have had no response. I'm constantly chasing them and emailing, which probably makes me seem like a nag, but I just need a bit of communication and then I'll be fine as it's only 3 weeks away. They took weeks to confirm they'd received our final payment and still not sent our invoice through to say this is completed. They have been inconsistent, charging different prices for one supplier and then more for others for their meals. They put on an extra charge to get the venue ready the day before and didn't tell me. My friend emailed to ask them about getting married there and they replied in 24 hours. I rang today and left a bit of a teary voicemail and still not heard anything, and this was 3 hours ago. I don't know what to do. Help. Is it because they have my money and they don't want to bother? The venue was not my original first choice as we were on a budget. And they said that they can work with anything. And although we have not paid the same as everyone else, they've still had £7,000 out of us. Should I be worried? I'm worried that something terrible is going to happen. They're kind of putting me off, and that the voicemail that she left was pretty unhinged. They added on extra charges constantly, so I'm just concerned that everything will go wrong on the day. How do I fix this?
Oh, red flag.
That happens a lot, doesn't it? But the problem is you're in too deep now.
Can I just play devil's advocate, right? You've left a voicemail 3 hours ago. They, 1, might have not picked it up. 2, it might have not even been passed to the relevant person yet to deal with.
But for somebody to email about an inquiry and it be replied in 24 hours is disgusting.
There's sales team who will pick that up straight away, and there'll be people who run the actual wedding days who will be dealing with weddings peak season who will pick up on the already booked
But
price.
this is my exact problem.
Playing at devil's advocate.
Yeah, I like the playing devil, but this is the problem: is people book with this and then it got handed over to this, and this is shit. But everything here was a red flag, was a green flag.
And it's tough because if she's constantly chasing, they're going to be like, oh, she's a bit of a bridezilla, but she's got reason to do it. I think the way out of this would be to book an on-the-day coordinator. Like, genuinely, the only way you're going to know that's taken care of is if you've got someone working for you and not that venue.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't 3 weeks away, I would say try and get your money back and go.
Have you ever had to give anyone money back?
Not because we never give that service, but we've had plenty of people come to us having cancelled their first venue.
100%.
I cancelled my photographer 4 weeks before the wedding and got a second one.
Why?
Because we had an engagement shoot and she takes beautiful photos and she did not take beautiful photos of us and it wasn't the right vibe. And then we got someone so much better.
Did you lose money?
Yeah, a little bit.
Do you think it's worth it?
Yeah, 100%. You never get your day back.
Got to trust the gut.
Got to trust the gut.
But what practical thing can she do right now? Because she can't cancel now; it's too late.
Don't book an on the day.
On the day, true.
Find somebody that can problem solve anything that they need.
But it does make me think that they're not that they didn't chase invoices and things like that. That they are genuinely busy, because venues will, if they want paying, they will want paying.
Peak season, right? So there is a pinch of salt with that. But if she's 3 weeks out and she hasn't had proper communication about her day, there's a problem. Because really, a month before the wedding, everything should be signed off.
Well, this is if it's 6 months before your wedding, your venue are going, oh, I just don't need to know any of this.
Getting married next November, we're like,
yeah.
To be fair, I feel like I'm just in a bit of a.
Not specifically.
I'm being more annoyed because we got an email on Friday and then she chased on Monday and I was like, guys,
it's closed.
Give me fucking chance. Like, can I chase this? You can.
We are human and we do make errors and we are busy people, but that does sound too much. And I would say if you aren't willing to walk away from the venue entirely, you need to put someone in there that.
I know couples that have had to book coordinating with us and then charged it back to the venue afterwards and gone, the only reason I felt I had to book a coordinator was because XYZ. Yeah. I'm not saying that's what will happen, guys. Don't use that as a thing. But them? I think for some of them they did, because the communication was so terrible that they made them feel they had no other choice.
Reputationally, it's the venue will look bad, right?
Yeah. Because this good and bad. Like there'll be bad things, but people don't leave reviews. People don't leave honest reviews, because if you've got a bad opinion, sometimes it'll be a little thing at a venue that's gone wrong, and they don't want to taint. Like we were saying, you don't want to taint that feeling of the wedding. But most of the time, people will complain. Like I did a wedding, maybe at the start of this year, where they had to get me on because the venue was awful. They were the ones that then charged it back to them, but they never left a review because they got money back.
We had a bad review. We had a bad experience on tour with one of our venues, and we've not reviewed it.
Yeah, we can't. This is the problem. It's so bad. You can leave a review.
Yeah, you want me to?
Yeah.
But it's taken us. So when was that tour? February.
March.
It's taken to now for us to get some money back.
Seriously.
Because how do you
yesterday,
prove?
2 days ago, we got
How
it.
do you prove that you ruined our day?
I mean, I saw how hard you guys were fighting for it
Yeah.
on the day to fix it.
Oh, look, we got a little visitor. Hello.
Hey.
You coming here? Treat. Stop it. Come with it. Look, don't go to her. Come to me.
Did you want to do one more bitch from a bride, or are you happy with that one?
Happy with that one.
All right. I thought that was
It
good.
was quite similar.
You can come up and then you can do a
Oh.
say. "Whoop, whoop, whoop. I like the postman."
I'm just taking a photo.
This is not good episode for people listening, Beth. Beth is
Sorry,
taking photos.
just taking a photo. Guys, if you're not listening, you should go and watch, because Hendrix is now in the shop.
We've now got the cute. We've got the cute factor going on now.
cuter, thanks.
Yes. Sorry.
Daisy, if you
Cuter than
could
all of us.
leave everyone with one bit of advice, what would that advice be?
In wedding planning in general, protect your peace. That is, you are the one getting married. You have to be the one that is still okay to get married on the day, and after the wedding, all of it. Just protect your peace. Set your boundaries.
I like that. That's good.
Daisy, you've been amazing. Where can we find you on socials?
So we are on Instagram, TikTok. We have a Facebook.
You said that with a side thing. Don't judge our Facebook. If you want to go on there, you can.
But we are all about Instagram, and please give us a follow on Instagram and help us rebuild our community.
We're all coming.
What's the name on Instagram?
The Post Barn, Berkshire.
Postbarn, Berkshire. BERKSHIRE.
That was embarrassing.
Thank
if
you.
you didn't spell that
No, but
right.
when people call it Berkshire, don't they?
Yeah, Berkshire.
I know, so yeah. Thank you so much for coming on. This was such a good episode. Thank you for making it look so beautiful. Thank you for being so welcoming, and thank you for being nice to me when you didn't know who I was and hadn't trusted if I was nice or not, because that is a true representation.
We 100% were like, she's gonna be any good.
She might be shit.
And then you
The pair of them. Well, you had the both of us turn up, and I bet you were like, "Oh my god, imagine if they're shit." We'll leave them a review.
and they weren't. They were actually very, very good.
Oh,
so
thank you.
yeah, book them.
Right,
But we have actually interrupted our schedule for this episode.
We have.
So we did promise you last week that this was going to be part 2 of Mother of the Bride.
Yeah.
So join us next week for Mother of the Bride part 2, where Georgie goes back into mommy role and Brian becomes my dad again.
Okay. Daisy, thank you so much. We will see you soon.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you very much.
Bye.